Welcome one and all to the biggest MIAFG episode ever, and what better way to start it than with an immediate time lapse. Let's go. Today is a big day. Well, I guess in terms of days that can be big or can be small, today's a big day. There you go, now you can see my head better. Why is today such a big day, you ask? Well, I recently got a new laptop, and that means that it is an absolute beast compared to what I was using before. You may be able to tell by the FPS, and that means that I can actually run 1.18. I know, shocker. And yes, this building is still not done. Hopefully you've seen all these time lapses by now. The village is looking absolutely beautiful. In fact, let me put on some shaders and do a quick fly through. Never mind, I don't have my shaders mod working yet. We'll do that in replay mod, maybe here or another time. But yes, I have upgraded the server to 1.18, which does mean that like achievements and things got reset. So like some things I'll mine stone and it'll think I've mined it for the first time. Like anyway, if we fly down here, this is, you know, empty building. If we fly down here, I've made a little tunnel. It's not very good for like flying down. Well, maybe it is if you're a good flyer. Chucking out upon it. And here we are at deep slate level. Now I'm gonna get my fortune pickaxe out because then we can get some of this lovely jubbly cobbled deep slate that we can build, that we can make into cool building blocks that we can maybe use in buildings, but probably not because, you know, we're getting near the end of things. However, if we jump down here, we have the new deep slate block, we have the new dripstone cave right underneath our base, and in fact, if I go this way, not this way, wrong way, but glowy boy, this way, yeah, there we go, definitely not like on the brink of death. Okay, maybe I am. Listen, it's a skill issue, okay? That's all it is, it's a skill issue. We have, first of all, an amethyst geode, which means I can get the lovely calcite blocks. I can get amethyst blocks. Look at this. In fact, that's awesome. But if we keep flying, we get a semi-big cave with the new 1.18 terrain, because yes, we're 1.18. Yes, we can get cool blocks like copper. Now, I'm not exactly sure where copper or deep slate would fit in any of these buildings, because I did, you know, design them for the blocks I had. But one thing, and I am going to need to find a lush cave for this. Maybe I'll do a stream or something, maybe. I want to get some lush blocks, right? So maybe, because we can't find new chunks anywhere near, so I might just kind of, I don't really know, find a wandering trader or a shipwreck or something. Oh, that's new chunks there, I don't know, anyway. But the plan was to have azalea leaves, so we'll get some azalea, we'll get some acacia, and we'll mix it all in together. Village, right? So, I don't know if I showed this, I made a little water stream, I made the river obviously, I made all these new houses. It's a little bit insane because the last video was like, you know, 4 months ago as of recording this, maybe 5. Let's go through them, because why not? We have the new bridge which we'll walk through. To walk past, we'll get the original house, got some crop fields outside this time. This is the first thing we built, and it is a horse pen with, you know, dead things. And then this is the next thing we built, and this is the Eden Inn, which is part of Monkey's Lapipi. And if you come in here, you got a little book talking about the drinks that definitely aren't spiked upstairs, because we got a little bar up here, which is kind of cool. We've got our stock up here, which is definitely very full and not spiked either. And then up here we've got another nice view. Well, kind of nice. And then if we go down here, there's a room which you can stay in, which I've got my old armor sets. So this is obviously my armor sets and bows from when I was lecturing. This sword is a sword that we use as a cutlass for Hazel's pirate ship, where we had like sword fights during MyCon Live 2021. Don't know why, just they seem to happen at the same time. Mobs. This one is a nice little kind of authority building. You've got, you know, did I leave it here? You've got the librarian reception. You've got some, you know, under construction, because no government is ever, you know, at all good or completely good. And then here you've got a bit of a downstairs which could go into a strip club or something. I mean a storage room. And then if we go up the stairs, look out on the lovely view, which actually is really nice. I kind of like it having big windows. Something I want to use more in the future. We got a room for the head person and just a view over the top. Now, those are the only kind of decorated buildings, I guess. But if you walk around, you can see this big one, which could have flats in. That one Harry was going to live in, but kind of doesn't, so I just made the strip mine down to there. This one I have no idea what to do with. I think I'm going to make it just another version of this, not too extravagant or anything. This is kind of cool. And one more thing I've done is just, if we jump down here in this totally humane pit, we get totally humane dead things. Now this did used to be bedrock, but when you upgrade the world it changes bedrock to deep slate, so that's that. But yeah, you've got some common heads, you know, you got some uncommon heads, like the B one in particular. You got some really uncommon heads from like thunderstorms, and then over there you got player heads. So you know, there's kind of like a, you know, a little you know, death pit. I don't have any rockets. But yeah, Eden is looking very cool. I'm really happy with it. And one more building back there, a bit of trees all over the place, and you know, some more decoration work, and I don't know. But yeah, I'm really liking the progress of it. And even though when I'm recording this building is not like anywhere near designed at all whatsoever, I think right now what you're gonna see is a time lapse. Yes, another time lapse. Maybe I'll put some, you know, different music in this time. You're welcome. But yeah, another time lapse getting this final building done, and then maybe a shaders run through of Eden, because who doesn't like shaders? So, for once again, let's go. So everybody, even though most of the chunks still aren't loaded, we have finished this building. It's very similar to the one before, except it's got more of a kind of factory look, I guess. Around the back here you've got this bit again, which is kind of similar to that, but this time it's got tuff mixed in. Oh, and yeah, around the front we had dripstone. Now there's nothing inside of it, obviously, and these bits, although they look like parking lots, are meant to be flats, and I think I could change this out to be slabs, which might make that look better. But it's a base kind of the Trellick Tower. That's not the only thing that happened, because look around me here. We have, currently forgetting the word for it, moss. We have moss. We have azalea and all this stuff, because about 6,000 blocks that way, there's actually 1.18 chunks, as you probably saw in the little replay mod fly-throughs I did. And we found those chunks, and so we now have access to moss blocks. So I've decorated the front. Actually, we can get a view from my window here. Look at that. In fact, let me turn shaders on. Some might be a bit bright, but yeah, there's that with shaders. And then if we go down here, you can also see around the place that I've scattered in azalea leaves, like I said I was going to do, in these acacia trees. There's not really enough right now, I haven't done any on the other side, but I've also added in these flowering azaleas, so it's looking really nice. And I just want to try, because I have still got some moss on me, to go up here. If we just take away a tiny patch of this land and mix in some moss, that adds a really nice touch actually. So I think I might do that. Okay, well I'm gonna probably go around the place and mix in moss. It does make it look a lot more actual groundy. And yes, you may have seen I haven't got my texture pack yet that changes the coal ore. But so we have to deal with this alien looking block around the place here, especially in that building over there, the building of power. And I fell. But yeah, I also just, one tiny little thing I did was just add an end chest here and a back entrance around here with this path. Now looking around this place, what seems to be the problem so far? Aside from the fact that I've just gone out of render distance and can't see where I'm going anymore, obviously there's this, I don't think I even mentioned this, Hazel blew up a bunch of stuff because she was having a hissy fit. We've repaired a lot of it. I mean, we as in Eli did a bunch and I did a bunch. Thanks Eli, thank you so much. But we got this to repair, and then there's also just a bunch of space around the place, and there's all of Eli's area, and this bit is the main problem I feel. There's a tiny little thing here which I'm going to probably rip up, and then make it into some sort of park, along with this place here. I think that would look really nice. Now I don't really know what to do with it, except for the fact that I kind of want to flatten the area out. So, yeah, I'm going to do that, probably in between episodes, but I think this is basically all I'm going to do in this episode. We're getting really near to the finishing everything up. Oh, yes, copper fully oxidized. Look at that beautiful blue block. But we're getting really near to finishing everything off. We've just got a few more decorations around the place, maybe a forest of something around here. I just think there's a few more decorations, maybe one house or something to finish off in the next episode, and then this whole place is basically done. And don't get me wrong, that next episode isn't going to be like ASAP, it's not going to be next week or anything. I've got exams going on, and this one took 4 months to do. I just want to talk quickly because every time I think about it, I keep missing out more and more details. I picked up this axolotl in the Lush Claves. I'm just going to kind of, I don't really have a water feature, so I guess just here. There you go. There you go, buddy. Someone name him. If someone names him, or her, I guess, or them, then that can be their name. But I just want to talk quickly about all these houses, because I've mentioned designing them, but these ones along the front here were not designed, they were freestyle. I mean, you can probably tell by some weird details, but those were all freestyle, just in the moment with a bunch of blocks. I had some, vision beforehand, obviously. This one was designed using Lightmatica. Well, no, it was designed in Creative World, and then I used Lightmatica, which is a mod that adds blueprints. So let me load a schematic. Let me load this, right? Go into an empty grass area so it doesn't get in the way of anything, and then we can place it up there, right? You see, it puts a box around it, and if I click M and G, it like shows a blueprint of what the place was going to look like. So yeah, I did I designed all of it in Creative, but then I did get, in case you don't know how these works, I did get every single block in survival mode, and built it in survival mode. But yeah, that's how I designed these bigger buildings, these 4, I guess. But yes, thank you everyone so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I really hope you're enjoying this whole season, how we're kind of finishing things up slowly but surely. And yeah, let me know if any suggestions for what I could do around this place to make it look better, or name the axolotl, and yeah, I will see you in episode, unlucky number, or lucky number 13. Bye bye.